In the times of COVID, hopefully you and your family are doing good. Hi, hello, welcome to our channel, We Know Why. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through how to set up MacBook Pro for the first time. Get started with it. I have already done an unboxing video of MacBook Pro 13-inch already. If you haven't checked it out, I'm gonna leave the link in the description below. And also there is a suggestion card that is being run. Please check it out. Let's roll in. Okay, as you pick it from the box and lift the lid, the screen and the keyboard space is separated with a paper-like material which prevents screen from scratches and kind of gives you a fresh look. As I was unveiling the cover, macOS has already getting to start up with Apple logo and a loading symbol. This takes few seconds and lands up on the screen requesting to choose the language, which is our first option as the process of setting up. As you select the language, the complete readability of instructions of the screen is converted to that particular language. For example, as I select Hindi, this shows Bhasha on the top, which means language in Hindi. Next, to pick up the country, which allows Mac to set up your time zone. Based on the two options selected, Mac interprets that commonly used languages and dictations as per this region that we have selected is English of India. For the keyboard and for any typo auto suggestions, it is picking up as ABC India keyboard. In case if you wish to customize them individually, you have an option on the bottom left of the window which is in the blue fonts. And as we click on continue, it lands upon accessibility page. Under accessibility, we have four major impairments: vision, motor, hearing and cognitive. Vision, any challenge with eye. Motor, partially or total loss of body part or usually limbs. Hearing, any disability with ear. Cognitive, any intellect disability. For instance, I select vision. Braille literature comes into the existence. The voiceover feature in Mac provides spoken and braille description of instructions on screen, providing control of computer through use of keyboard. Moving further, we have Wi-Fi connection establishment. Select your Wi-Fi router name and input the password. In case if you are using Ethernet, you have to select that from the left bottom option, other network operators. Moving on, data and privacy. If you want to click on learn more, you can see each and every option beneath for which you are agreeing. Click on continue. Then we have migration assistant. This is a great feature which will allow you to transfer data and information from one of your old Mac via Time Machine or from any of the physical hard disks or from any Windows machine over a Wi-Fi. In case if you are setting up a new computer and haven't had any previous, click on not now. Next, as a process of setup, signing in with your Apple ID. It is the account that you use for everything that you do with Apple, including Apple Store, Apple TV, Apple Books, iCloud messages, one stop for all these things. This is pretty much self-explanatory. If you have already one, just sign in with it, or else if you had one and you have forgotten your password, just recover with the option in there to forget, clicking on forget option. Else set up a new one if you haven't done, just like me. It asks for your date of birth, name, email ID and then set up your password. Down below you have an option that is enabled by default, which gives you Apple News as any announcements from Apple, OS updates as such. You can disable if you are not interested. Once done, it will ask you to authenticate with mobile OTP. There are few terms and conditions that you have to agree. Give an agreement and it will create your Apple account. Further, creating computer account. Apple account that you have created and this computer account are different. Please remember your passwords if you create them different. Once done, this is gonna take close to 3 to 5 minutes and lands you on iCloud keychain page. This feature allows you to manage passwords, any credit card info, and approve them as and when needed. This info can't be accessed by Apple. In case if you don't trust them, you have always an option to select setup later. Then Find My Device, which is a great feature allowing your Mac to locate on maps, send messages and remotely lock or erase data on it. Basically, in short, it protects your Mac with activation lock, which prevents anyone else from using it. Next step in the process, Express setup. There are some features that are most likely to be enabled or set to some particular things by default, like location services. They are better to be enabled unless if it is very confidential for very few cases, and health tracker, touch ID authentication on Apple Pay, iCloud diagnostics, etc, etc. So this feature will enable you to set up all of them at once. You can click on each of them and go through or disable or enable apart from whatever the Apple has given you to do so. As you click on continue, then you land up in analytics page. The app developers of Apple basically are sent with reports which will make them to understand how their apps are working when loaded with high data with respect to performance, crashed, what is the exact point where it has crashed, and then they'll work further to enhance and make the apps work better for the customers. Screen time. Trust me, this is a great feature if you want to use it wisely. Basically, it's gonna give you a detailed report of how much time that you have spent on a particular app or on a particular website. There is something called set limit under this particular screen time. So it will give you a detailed report of time that you have spent, or if you wanted to categorize any particular app, or if you want to limit your time on using that particular app, you can do that using this. And you have something called family sharing. Parents can configure screen time on Mac or iPhone, iPad, and everything is set up for their kids. One tap media rating. While setting up screen time for your kids, you can set age-based media ratings for music or any book contents or any video content restrictions if you wanted to do so. Then we have iCloud Analytics. Apple improves its products and services including Siri and other intelligent features by allowing analytics of usage and data from your iCloud account. You can feel free to disable it if you don't want it to. Then we have Siri. This is my personal favorite and most liked service or feature. Voice any command and you're gonna get a response. Call it as it is gonna make you lazy or smart depending on how you use it. I highly recommend to enable it and use it. To set up this, just echo the words or sentence between those double quotes. For example, Hey Siri. Hey Siri, open the documents folder. Hey Siri, show my downloads.
Hey Siri, what does the rest of my day look like?
Next one in here, improve Siri and dictation. Same like App Analytics and iCloud Analytics. This will help you to improve Siri. File Vault encodes the data on your startup disk so that unauthorized users can't access your information. Basically, you should be an administrator if you wanted to hamper anything on File Vault. Next in here we have Touch ID. By default, you can set up to 4 fingerprint authentications to unlock or make purchases with Apple Pay or protect your iCloud or Apple Cloud from any misusages. Then choose your look. You have 3 different modes. You can set up light, dark mode, or you can choose auto mode. I'm going to choose auto mode, which will sync up automatically according to the time. And last but not least, you have true tone display. Adapting to ambient light, it's going to make your colors appear so much appealing to your eye. So That's all the process and steps are completed, and we have landed on to usages of Mac. Click on Launchpad. It will gonna show you all the apps that are available on your system at current. In case in the before process, if you haven't set up anything or if you have skipped to do anything, you can always do this under settings and preferences.